everybody. Chris Wood here. October 20th, 2022. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. Excuse me for a second. I would like to say a couple words to Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Spencer Mills, 14716, ex-chief, staff sergeants, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Shelley Hafner, and Stacy was Daily Tea Company, now Kingston. To Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Langston Addington County General Hospital, the one that basically signed my death certificate, falsified my files so I could be medically blacklisted to not be taken serious to assure the crimes against me. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, Triage Nurse Terry, Triage Nurse Tanya, and Triage Nurse David, and Paladin Security Guard, Hells Angels, MC, Boss, Ontario Chapter Leader, Sex Offender, Human Trafficker, Human Sex Trade Slavery Trafficker, Children to Pedophiles, Adults to Sex Offenders, My Identity Thief, Harbored Inmate, and Boss to O.P.P, William Bill Waldridge, last known used name, now bald, glasses, goatee, highly untouchable, highly unarrestable. Police will surround hands on guns to prevent anything on them or him or anyone else. They will kidnap. There is also Blair Hardy. There is a Tyler Lake. There is a Javen Allstein. They are all guilty of murders and attempted murders, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and aiding in my identity theft. And how it is being done is through what is called remote neural monitoring. It is police and military tech. It is a nano microchip implant that it was made to destroy a person's central nervous system. I, back in 2019, spoke of police crimes and became a victim. I was shot in the ear by the ex-O.P.P chief by something by him. He waved at me, a black truck pulled up, they pointed and shot something at me. It went into my right ear, and that's when all my problems started. That's when the lies, the time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, and everything else against me through O.P.P. As I'm sitting here right now, knowing that I cannot do anything what has taken place with me, I am having serious kidney problems. It actually feels like they're shutting down. and the whole right side of my body is pretty much screwed. My right lung is gone. It's been damaged from so much being injured. My skull right now, my head actually, it feels like there's a balloon in it, and I'm the whole right side. If anybody sees my videos from earlier till now, they can see a difference. This whole right side of my face is completely screwed. I have no stimulation in my head anymore or my brain whatsoever. And this has nothing to do with drugs. This is from me being injured, and how it's being done is through from what is called remote neuromonitoring use on me. Like I said, and how it is operated once it is in a person is through Wi-Fi, cell phone, and computer. This is just a little bit of information on it. When I start saying microchip implants and whatnot, a lot of people start talking and thinking like I'm crazy. Especially when I start talking about the police and all this stuff having this tech for these kind of crimes. This is how they are committing the human trafficking. They are using this tech and they are mentally screwing people up. I've had probably about 50 different people using this on me, and this is what's causing my identity theft. This is what's causing my deforming to me. So, right now, as crazy as it sounds, I'm being broadcasted through from this shit from William Bill Wooldridge and Blair Hardy. My skull has been split. My brain has been seriously injured. I have shown it and proven it. I've even shown and proven the different deformings and changes facially from this stuff use on me through it, while being called a liar still. I'm the end of my bloodline. I've been kidnapped. I was kidnapped actually by O.P.P 24 hours after asking for help against them, May 27th, 2021. 24 hours after asking for help. And that was done through bullshit lies, through Shelley Hafner and her incompetency crap against me. That was the day they got my blood and my piss. And it was done also in an attempt to shut me up, to get me kept so I would not be talking about what I'm talking about and showing what I have shown and proven what I have proven. I have been a victim of this for 3 years going through it. And how it's being done is they have Lennox and Addington, Ontario. They have Lennox and Addington County doctors here that are co-committing with and for them, aiding in their crimes and covering up with and for them. They also have a justice of the peace to make accusations against their victims, to obstruct, stating that their victims are hallucinating and high on marijuana, hallucinating, being sodomized. I don't think so. That was done purely to obstruct and because it was done by. There's been serious lies against me stating that I have a long criminal record in history, and I've never had one in my life until I was falsely charged by O.P.P to deflect the crimes against me for me wanting it done to them for so long, and the doctors. And that was also so they could get what they needed to criminalize me in the attempt to get my record for my prints, my signature, and everything else for the forgeries, framings, and frauds that they are committing, and I will not be proven wrong about this. I'm getting, I'm having trouble thinking right now. This is getting to the point like it's serious against me. It feels like my body right now is being filled up with air. There's been serious lies against me stating about drugs. I do not do drugs. I have not done them since 2012. I'm not perfect. I did do them at one point in time, but I ended up overdosing, and that was my wake-up call. And I'm actually thankful that it happened, or I might not be here right now doing this, but that happened in 2012, and that was my wake-up call. So I do not do drugs. I am against them in every way, shape, and form, and everybody that truly knows me knows I'm against them. I've lost too many friends and family, including my own niece from overdosing from the shit. So, no, I want nothing to do with it. There's been lies against me stating that I'm suicidal and a self-harmer. Total 100% bullshit lie. I would know if I am. I've been trying to get help and save my life this 3-year process while being refused treatment, medical treatment refusals, discriminations. Like I said, doctors laughing in my face over being sodomized, other doctors trying to have me committed for it happening because of it being me being a man, and who it was done by and to whom. Being called a retard, my head swelled up like a damn mushroom, and being told by Dr. Waldron and other doctors that I needed a head shrink, pun intended. So being told that I'm not going to get any medical help because until I get see a psychiatrist because of lies against me, that none of these people have had to prove, and they need to prove these lies because I've had no association with any one of them. It's kind of convenient how I was healthy and doing fine before all of this happened, no problems. I hadn't even been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to this happening. After me being shot in the ear by the ex-chief and whoever it was in a black truck in August of 2019. And like I said, that's when the lies, the time-buying, the cover-ups, and everything else started against me. I would go to different hospitals and they were getting phone calls, like I said, stating that I'm suicidal, and then I would not be taken serious about what is happening to me and by whom. That was done to buy time, obviously. I would go to the hospital here. One time I went to the hospital to emergency. I registered. I gave them my phone number so they could call me when it was time to come in. And I waited I never got that phone call for an extra 5 days afterwards. I've been rushed to the hospital by ambulance. And their words out of their mouth is, "What can I do for you, Mr. Wood?" Well, I basically had to crawl out of the hospital to bring a taxi home. I've had serious damage done to me. We had attempts of being locked in rooms, being kicked out of the hospital illegally for no reason whatsoever by Paladin security. Me going in there to get help and him coming out, me registering, being told to sit down, wait for triage. I did that, no problems or words. And him come rushing out, telling me to get the fuck out of the hospital, that nobody was going to see me today, causing me a lot of problems with my right lung and my kidney ever since. And as I'm doing this, like I said, I have absolutely no feeling left in the right side of my face at all. The whole this side of my face, even from earlier, has been deformed, has been changed. Conveniently, none of these people are arrestable or touchable because who they are. One Blair Hardy, one Tyler Lake, one Javen Alstein, one William Wooldridge. There is a Mike, that's a homeless guy. that lives in a tent or a trailer here in NAPANEE. There is a Kim. There is a Michelle. There is an Allie Cooper. There is a Bucktooth Bob. I believe his real name is Robert Berry. There you go, Tyler Lake. This whole right side of my head now, because of my brain being split and going through this for 3 years, this on my left side, right side here is Tyler Lake. And if these pieces of shit could actually be arrested, all of this could be proven. Conveniently, they're untouchable and unarrestable because who they are and who they work for and how this is being done. They are getting paid $300 a day and all their drugs of choice. You are a murdering piece of shit garbage, Tyler Lake. So are you, Javen Alstein, while you're hiding out at Ray Ray's and Sam's on East Street here in NAPANEE, the one that has the white deaf pit bull. And I believe that Blair Hardy, he's pretty close. He's probably either right next door above the bakery or the wine store here where he hangs out. They are guilty of stalking my mother and using remote neuromonitoring on her back in 2020. And because of the radiation and the EMFs, it caused cancer and it took my mother's life. It killed her with intent. And I will not be proven wrong. All of this against me is 100% revenge retaliation through O.P.P. So I get mistaken fucking identity and all those. So I'm the end of my bloodline and it's completely gone because of a bunch of junkies who were employed through O.P.P. to murder, human traffic. This is how they frame, this is how they traffic, and this is how they murder victims here in NAPANEE. I've had this spot on the back of my head ever since all of this started. I went to the hospital the one time and the doctor actually said to me is I showed her to find out what it was, and her words to me is, how much cocaine are you on? Okay, a swelled head with all of that, and I have not had hair there grow since all of this started as well. O.P.P. charging people $22,000 here, extorting money for them to get arrests done against their co-offenders. So, after 3 years, Chris Wood is dead. You got your murder, O.P.P. You got what you wanted. You got your intended homicide. Because mentally, I am pretty much screwed. So, and you know, there is nothing I could do about it. From all the EMFs and radiation going through me constantly, I get the dehydration, my full body. This is where my skull's been split. And right now I got the whole right side of my head in here. It feels like a balloon because actually Tyler Lake is broadcasting through me with this shit. No matter how much I prove deforming, no matter how much I prove crimes against me, I have not been able to do a damn thing about it. So I would advise anybody that's been arrested by O.P.P. to fight it, especially here at NAPANEE. This is another reason why they're here, because NAPANEE is a jail town. It has Quinny Detention Center here. And once they they're using that as a means to do that as well. They're trafficking through that. Once they're criminalizing their victims, they're using the jail to do it. Like I said, I had no association with any of these people prior to me speaking out of their human homeless trafficking crimes out of the Morning Star mission and the homeless exploitation. If I could only get to a hospital and get medical checked up, a lot of damages would be proven, and none of it's been done by me, you sons of bitches, aka Margie B. Tatiana, who accused me of being a self-harmer through all the bullshit lies against me that Stacy happened to tell you because she's your girlfriend. There's another woman here in town. She lives on the corner of Center Street and Thomas. Side door entrance. She's obese. She has reddish blonde hair. And that is a known crack shack. That's where Curtis lives as well. That's where a lot of these people hang out. They are also guilty of using this shit on my dog as well and causing him harm. This is no joke. These are a bunch of serious psychotic pieces of shit garbage. This here is a guy named Blair Hardy. He is the alleged Bandido's leader of Ontario. And he is one of my identity thieves using this on me. This is a picture of me. My skull goes flat to round, elongated, shortened, normal. This here is it's me, but it's not my image. This is I, Chris Wood. This is more my true image. My face and my skull and my head's gotten a lot shorter and rounder, as you can see. Lennox and Addington, LNA North, NAPANEE, Ontario. They are terrorists. This is a picture of my head swelled up like a mushroom. This is a picture of my skull, the back of my skull. It almost looks like there's fingers coming out of the back of my head. And conveniently, it's not like that, and I've not had any surgeries. Someone definitely needs to explain that. Here's another picture of my skull seriously swelled up on me, like a damn balloon. It might be kind of hard to see, I realize that, because of this being on an iPad showing. If anybody wants to see more identity changes or anything that I can prove 100% more that this has taken place with me, check out my Facebook, Christ Wood, CHRISTWOOD. And you will see a lot of different changes to me, especially my one top picture. These are all money-paid, drug-fed co-offenders with O.P.P. Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge, and Javen Allstein, who is most likely hiding out at, like I said, Ray Ray's. Here's another picture of the piece of shit garbage. These people need to be famous. They need to be made famous. They need to be passed around and recognized because they need arresting. They are seriously dangerous pieces of shit garbage. Like I said, by the end of this day, Chris is probably going to be fully dead, and my identity is probably going to be fully fucking changed. I've proven this is happening to me in more ways than one. Well, all these people sit back and are getting away with this. I'm not gonna just take people. This has nothing to do with mental illness. I'm not just gonna take people out of thin air and all of a sudden say, well, okay, they're using this on me. They're broadcasting through me. People that I know. These are people that I know. They're not my friends, but I do know them and associated with them here in NAPANEE, so I do know their faces and I do know who they are when they're using this shit on me. I'm not just gonna take people out of thin air, okay? Tyler Lake's using remote narrow monitoring on me on this side, whatever, like, what the fuck? It's because they are doing it and it's really happening. So I'm not just naming names for the sake of naming names to the people using this shit on me. Nor am I going to take a fall for any of yous because of me having prisoner tracking on me of William Wooldridge or Blair Hardy because they are inmate sex offenders as well. And co-offenders, they're guilty. All the drugs in NAPANEE that have been laced that people have died on here within the last couple of years have all been Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Javen Allstein, and Robert Keane. And Spencer Mills, 14716, the drug cops. There's a big misconception that human trafficking can only happen one way. And there is a big misconception that it only happens to girls and females, to women. It happens to men too. And like I said, there is more than one way to do this. Families are murdered and missing. This is how a lot of it's being done. They're causing memory losses in their victims from this shit. This is how they're getting out of criminal civil lawsuits. This is how they're getting away with their crimes. They're frying their victims' brains out of their head through this. And then lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, the medical blacklisting to assure that their crimes are gotten away with. Here in NAPANEE, they chose the perfect place to do this. If any of these people were arrestable, all of this could be proven. I am more than willing to have my dad exhumed to prove DNA, but I've been going through this shit for 3 years now, having all of these people pissing and shitting through me because that's exactly what happens too. They are fucking their feces and their urine is going through my body as well. So my DNA is being completely screwed. My body from the inside is being decayed from their fucking body fluids and other shit that's going through me. When I eat now, my food goes to my right side of my body, not to my stomach on the left side where it should be. And I sure the hell am not doing this to myself. I love myself too much to be doing this, to be this kind of a fucking idiot to cause this kind of harm to myself. Next time you want somebody murdered, O.P.P, especially you, Stacy, ex-chief, and Spencer Mills, why don't you quit being cowards and use your fucking gun and do it yourself, you lowlifes? You've taken this tech that a lot of people don't know about or research, and you're using it to your advantage, especially here in NAPANEE. This is how you turned homicide into a game. So you can play Pontius Pilate and try to wash your hands. You're using the inmates as scapegoats. That's exactly what's happening. You're using them as scapegoats. That way, they're getting their homicides through you, and you're getting your revenge retaliation. They're getting paid. They're getting their drugs. They're getting protection and being unarrestable. That's exactly what's taking place, and I won't be proven wrong on it. I hope at least this is being seen by some people, and it is being taken serious because it needs to be. These people need to be arrested. Jabin Alstein, who's most likely either at Dougie Woods or Ray Ray's, a guy that has the same name but no relation, or Ray Ray's. With Wood, I mean, and Ray Ray's and Sam's on East Street that has the white deaf pit bull, or Blair Hardy. He's most likely above the wine store or the bakery where he hangs out with a disabled woman. That's probably where he's collecting his welfare checks, financial thefts and frauds against welfare, disability, murdering, and then collecting pension or collecting insurance policies on their victims. Right, Blair Hardy. Right, William Wooldridge. There was a little girl here killed in Toronto a while back, and she was found in a dumpster in Rosedale. These are the kind of crimes that William Bill Wooldridge commits, and as a matter of fact, when that happened, the discovery happened, he was in Toronto at that time. So with that being said, these are his kind of crimes, and Toronto is only a 2.5 hour, 3 hour trip away from where I live. So you could easily do those kind of crimes, jump in a vehicle, and get out of Dodge real quick. I've had cops Shannon Cork laugh in my face over his arrest as he walked by when she was there at my old address for her bullshit street theater garbage. And I told her to arrest him. She told me to file a report that would have done no good, but she laughed in my face as he went on to stalk and murder my mother. She even told me that day to what kind of glasses I should get. But as William Billy Wooldridge then went on with Blair Hardy to murder my mother, and she knew exactly what was going to happen. Like I said, this is revenge retaliation against me. These people are also associated with serial killer Russell Williams as well. With that being said, they were buying time for him as well. They were being lookouts for him as well. This is how bloodlines get taken for trying to save lives against police here in NAPANEE and them using their psychotic inmates and junkies, their justice of the peace, other police, and their doctors to aid them in their crimes and helping cover it up. That I have shown and proven. I'm 50 years old. Piece of shit Billy Wooldridge is 71, 72 years old. He believes that we were switched at birth. He thinks that he is Harry Potter. He's seriously delusional. This is in hopes that I pick up his personalities and I pick up his delusions and mental disorders as well by him broadcasting through me 24/7. Chris Wood is dead. So you got away with your murder, O.P.P, through your fucking junky little garbage. And one way or another, legally, you all will pay. This is no joke. I spoke up to try to save lives from police here where I live, and as a result, I became a victim. Even right now, as I'm doing this, the whole back part of my head right in here is just completely and totally numb. I have no feeling or stimulation anymore. And that's all supposed to be normal? I don't think so. Let this be a lesson to anybody, especially around here. If you've been involved with O.P.P, the police, seriously fight it because they are more corrupt than anything. I had no criminal record or history of association with any cops in any way, shape, or form prior to any of this. And the lies against me, they damn well need to prove. But when I found out that there was human trafficking going on, especially exploiting homeless people for monetary gain and them making a lot of money off it and other crimes, I started to speak up about it. I became a victim because of it. This being done to me is, like I said, in hopes to mentally screw me up, in hopes that I am no longer talking about this, or I'm no longer thinking about it or showing what has taken place with me. And once again, this has nothing to do with any kind of mental illness, and I'm not going to have that game played with me in any way, shape, or form. This is a crime against me, and it has been from day one, and I have named everybody since day one consistently whom, how, and why, even with proofs. So let that be a lesson to anybody. Anyway, I should wrap this up. Chris Wood, love all, hate none. Please hit that like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, but especially the share, because this is very serious and important. I'm in the process of losing my identity, and I'm in the process of losing my life. O.P.P sold me for revenge, retaliation.